And Jung was quite adamant that as soon as someone was not acutely unwell anymore, they used to start discussing the experience in an attempt to integrate it. What challenges do you think people have integrating quite acute psychotic experiences, and how do you think Jung's psychology ideas can help with that?
It's one of the most challenging things. So someone has been, they've been deemed unwell, they might have been sectioned, which is a really traumatic process to go through. Puts a label on people then locked in this ward, they can't leave. One can feel very analysed, and actually this doctor is deciding whether I leave or go. So I'm not going to say these things that I've realised that me and he says that, you can't go outside, you're unwell, sort of thing. In the moment you might have more awareness of what needs to be hidden, you're going to do that. Understandable. Of course, and as people get better and you observe people feeling better and ready to go home, so there's a real tension between, do I be honest about what I experienced and say all these things I went through? Because if I do, are they just going to put me back where I was? So for me, instead of talking about the delusions in inverted commas, you talk about it for them as an experience, as a reality, and I focus on how that makes people feel and say, well, let's focus on the feelings because it feels really stressful. So let's try and get that stress and that feeling better out of the way and try and have a more open discussion around the delusions or whatever, or hallucinations. And then also as a society, we've labelled psychosis as this thing that's very bad and very difficult and needs to be put away over there. We talk about other mental difficulties like anxiety, very happy to talk about that as a society. But therefore, there's a social pressure to not be psychotic and not even talk about the things you've been through because it might be embarrassing, humiliating, you might feel observed. And again, there's this danger that you might come back to hospital. Jung's idea is good. I think we're sort of trying it in the UK, but the idea that we really psychologically talk about what happened to somebody, I don't think that happens a lot. And in an ideal world, I would love that.